Hey guys, I kind of got the camera set up, so I just thought I'd bend over here to start the video. So I got some stuff for the Shorty. I got the cast elbow, so we can get figured out what we're gonna do for the intercooler piping and stuff. So I got you guys set up. I'm gonna keep my camera right here so that I can see, make sure I'm not blocking, because I've noticed in the last few videos, I'm trying not to block what I'm doing, but it's hard sometimes because I got to get in there and the camera is trying to see, and I don't have a camera person yet. I'm not that rich, so it's working on it though. So I got a couple boots from Vibrant, because that boot is actually for a kit. I got a couple Vibrant boots, the cast elbow from Vibrant, and yeah, I guess that was it. So a couple boots. And we will see. Actually, I guess we can use that boot for now. They only had 2 in stock where I buy them from, so I couldn't get exactly what I wanted, but you know it is. You know how it is. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen these clamps before. I should do a review on them, but this one I would have actually bought one from Nick at Black Sheep Industries, but I already had this one. So because I already had this one, I'm not going to go buy another one because I already have this one. So these are called Van Jan clamps. This one's a Vibrant one. Nick has ones that are very similar to these. The only thing with his, though, if you want half stainless, half aluminum, he doesn't have that, doesn't supply that yet. If you guys ask him for it, if a bunch of people ask him, I'm sure he would probably start building aluminum and stainless ones. But as it stands right now, he does not. So even if you wanted half stainless, half aluminum, you would have to buy Van Jan. And basically the point of these is they have a locking mechanism, and you put lock wire on it so it can't fall off, or I would, because if it falls out, then the whole thing blows apart. But this is a locking collar, and it still allows, I don't have this piece is actually the sealing ring, but if you put that in there, it's a pain. But see how there's adjustment in here? They can go in and out, and then they can do this. So they're actually pretty nice, really nice clamps. I like them anyway. They are not cheap though. Well, diesel stuff is not cheap, but these are really not cheap. But I'll open it up here. It's just a cage clamp, very simple, really actually a very simple design. And then this is the piece that goes in here, and then this slides over top. But when you get that together, they can be a bit of a pain. It's not hard to get together. It's just that you have to, but then you still have the slop. So there's, oh yeah, I guess I didn't show you that. Hold on, let me back apart again. Both sides have an O-ring on them, right? And then they fit together in there. And then the system, when you clamp it together, let's get this in the right spot. And then that fits tight on the clamp, relatively tight. It's not super tight. And you put this in there, and then now these are sealed. Now the O-rings do wear out just like everything else, so you can buy just the O-rings as well. And like I said, you want to put a little piece of lock wire. See, there's that little hole there. Put a piece of lock wire. What I do is I just go around there, around the bottom of here, back up to here kind of idea. And then, or you can wrap it around the pipe or do all kinds of stuff. You just don't want to lose this pin. So what we're going to do here is, I'm probably going to collapse that completely and then we'll leave a gap. This is the cast elbow. You probably can buy these. It's just the easiest one for me to get was one of these Vibrant ones. This is just a 3-inch cast elbow. Apparently, I can't find my Alpha knife. Probably have 10 of them and I can't find one. Well, I guess I did throw a couple away, but. So that's the cast elbow that I was talking about. And we have to basically attach this here and eventually attach it there. So I think what I'm going to do is probably cut this off up here. We're going to cut this off up in here. Hopefully you guys, yeah, you guys can see. Up in here probably, and then we will attach, I'll have to make an adapter to attach this to this because it doesn't fit, obviously. And then, yeah, I don't know. I haven't decided. Yeah, I'll probably just do that. because I have these clamps from Nick at Black Sheep. I have half aluminum, or I have stainless and aluminum ones, so I can do half and half or both. And I was gonna put one of these on here like that, and then put this on. The issue that I had with that, one is it's too long, but because the inner fender is right here, is that I would only have one flex, like one boot, right? And this the engine's gonna move around, so this boot doesn't have a lot of movement in it, and I'm afraid that it might rip the boot off. So that's why I was thinking of having this here, right? Where if I have this here, I really don't need to add another clamp to the system, really, because you can still get it apart, because that's the object of the clamps or boots or whatever, so you can get it apart, and then there's flex in the system, right? So I think, I guess I could, I could do it like this, not even use this, and just use, I guess it doesn't matter because I don't have a tight enough, 3.5 inch 90, I don't think. I'd have to look, but I don't think I do. I'd like to do that I'd like to do this weekend. So what I think likely what I'm gonna do, I would say by the look of it, is we'll probably come in here, and it has to go over. It has to go, I'll take you guys off there so you can see over top, because I don't think that you'll see. So if you look where you are there now, if I put this there, so the boot on right underneath the rad hose there, see how we're not aligned? Like there's quite a distance from the bottom of here to there. It's probably, I'd say a good 2 inches. Yeah, it's probably 2 inches. So, and I can rotate this around too, so I might even rotate it in like that. I should actually go look at my other truck and see what it looks like, because we need to keep this tucked in relatively close. This doesn't roll off. We need to keep this tucked in relatively close, because the inner fender, well, this is the fender. No, sorry, this is the fender. Like this piece of the fender here, right? That's where the shock tower is. Now, obviously, the shock tower is not there, but this is where the shock tower is. So there's this piece of inner fender, and then that comes up. So that flange, if you guys, well, if you've ever had one of these off, there's this flange here, right? And then this piece comes around. Well, same idea. That bolts right here, and then comes around, right? I'll go out to the other truck and I'll show you quick. So I think that likely we're probably going to come in like this, I think. And then we'll probably have to do, I might even pull that up a little higher, maybe. I gotta be careful though, because I want to get be able to get the oil filter out of there. And then I still have to pull a coolant line from here back around, and then tie the coolant line in there, underneath there. So I guess also on top of that is that, no, I guess that doesn't matter, because eventually I'm going to put an AC pump in it and hook the AC back up. Don't think it'll be this year. I got all kinds of projects that I want to do, and like to set the AC up would be really nice, but you're probably talking $600-700 probably by the time I buy a pump and I buy new AC lines and a new belt and blah 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 blah. Probably going to be $600-700 Canadian anyway. For you guys down in the States, shit's cheaper, but not for us. So I think if we did, I'm gonna say probably if we come off here 45, and then we come down another 45, and I have a couple 45s here. They're way too long, but just to give you an idea, we have a 45, so the 45 will come in there like that. Right, but it'll have to be shorter, obviously. But it wouldn't work like that, like, as it looks like it would work really easy like that to make it fit, right? But it won't, because the inner fender's in the way. So let's go out and look at the other truck and I'll show you what I mean. So you guys probably aren't going to be seen down in there very well, but down in there is the boot. And then you can see the inner fender coming around. I'm thinking that if I come straight back off of that and then come around, I see, so we can, how far is that? Pretty close to my hand. It comes almost straight out, and then it comes from that straight out piece and it hits on the back side of the tower right here for our pipe. So I actually really wanted to redo all this, but I guess we're going to be ripping this all out, so it doesn't really matter. I'll be able to put it back to stockish. That'll actually be kind of cool. Don't think I've ever done that before. I don't think I've ever done that before, putting it stock. Huh. I always change everything. So we're going back to stockish. Anyways, that's what I was talking about. So, you know, like the pipe comes out and then it needs to go like this, right? So I think that's why I wanted to come out of the intercooler, not 45, and then the turbo, because the turbo on that, right, is mounted basically way down in here, right? Or my finger is right there, down in here, right? So yeah, it's actually kind of sad that I have to take this out. No, it's not sad. It's sad that the price of fuel is the way it is, but anyways, let's go back in there and take a look at what we got going on. Okay, we're back from out looking at the truck there quick. So like I said, you're basically coming straight out here. We're coming out that far, like the end of my hand, and then this comes like that. The inner fender goes like this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab a piece of TIG wire, I think. I'm gonna grab a piece of TIG wire. I'll be right back. We're gonna use a piece of TIG wire because I can reuse it afterwards to give you an idea. So we're gonna go palm of my hand. It's a perfect measuring stick, right? Straight out from the truck. A little bit too much. It's not perfectly straight, but that's basically the idea, right? But that's what we have to. This gives you an idea what I mean. That's kind of like, that right there is kind of the idea of what the inner fender is doing. Hopefully, yeah, you guys can see that. I wonder sometimes if you guys can see what I'm trying to actually show you. So this is what we have to deal with, right? And I'd like this to be considerably over farther. So that's why I was thinking if we cut this pipe down so that I just have, you know, my edge to get my hose on here, right? And then we do my other 45, we do another 45 right there and bring it around. Then basically we'll just come out of the turbo and have this Van Jan clamp, which I got to make up hopefully I have a piece of aluminum I can make it out of. And then we have to make a bushing basically to go from there to there, right? So, and that's not huge, that's easy. Well, it's easy when you have a lathe and the material to do it. So we have to make something that'll go here. If this wasn't cast, I would actually just flare that out so it would go in there, but it's cast, so we can't do that. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Probably I won't get it done tonight, but I'll show you guys the time-lapse side of things so you can see if as I'm cutting and doing stuff. I'll probably stop and talk a little bit, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So on with the show. Hey guys, so we're working on the Shorty shades here. Give me a hand today. We're going to be working on, which you guys probably can't see from there, but we'll switch around a bit during the day. We're going to do the charge pipe on this side, but we're going to lower the intake horn down a bit. And then I'm going to work on this side, getting the pipe attached here. Not exactly sure how I'm going to do it. We were kind of talking maybe not using this Van Jan clamp, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't know yet. We're going to monkey with it and see.
Too many bits and pieces to decide yet.
Yeah, so that's what we got on the go right now. So I'm going to throw you guys in a time lapse, and yeah, we'll catch you when we get to a point where it's starting to come together.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, guys, so we got this stuff mocked up now. We put this ratchet strap, you guys probably seen it in the time lapse. We put this ratchet strap in there to hold the rad support roughly in the right position, because it was actually an inch too far forward. So we wanted to get, we went and measured my truck, but I should say my other truck, and we got it in the right spot, roughly in the right spot, within 1/4 of an inch. So I think that would make it a little bit better. So we got this pipe done up. I'm happy with the way it fits, I think, as at this point. So basically now all I have to do is I got to blast this powder coat off before I send to have it powder coated. So I'll probably do that before I weld it. But I'm going to weld all this stuff up, but I'm going to blast all these. I blast all this, try to get the, because this is aluminized pipe, I want to try to get some of the aluminized off, but not etch the pipe itself per se, because I'm going to have it powder coated and I don't want the grind marks in it. And then the other one, which I think I already showed, but it turned out really nice. I like that. It looks good. Should be good for what we're doing. So we have the 2 boots and then also a V-band clamp. And the reason I wanted to put the V-band clamp, I was talking to Shay about it. And if I take this turbo off and put it on a different truck, it would be really nice to have that V-band already welded on there versus just this elbow welded on or something. So now if I change the turbo to a different turbo, all I have to do is either weld this onto another turbo, another one of these onto another turbo, or make an adapter of some sort to make everything work. So we will next week. I got the small V-bands for doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack weld that in there, and then we'll cut that off and fit that while I'm welding the rest of this stuff, because I want to send some of this stuff to have powder coated so we can get on the show, on the road with the show on the road, I guess would be the right word, with a bunch of this stuff. And then I decided all of my hardware, actually like this hardware here, I'm going to send it out and have it coated. There again, I might have mentioned that, but I can't remember. So I'm gonna have it all coated. So it's gonna be like coated like this zinc coating. It'll like look like this kind of idea. I might actually even pull these lines off and have them do those as well. We'll see, I'm not sure on that. Because I literally, no, I'll probably just paint those. They'll be fine painted. But I have a new master cylinder, so next week we're going to get the pipe welding up, get the piping welded up. I don't know, I'll probably send it to have it powder coated, but I'm not just 100% sure yet, because I don't know exactly everything I'm gonna powder coat yet. So we'll probably, I'm gonna get it all welded up, put it back in again. We're gonna do the brake lines next week. So we're gonna do a bunch of stuff on this thing next week. And you can see we got the front end all wrapped on it because I didn't want to get, there was a few fins that kind of got folded over a little bit. I didn't want it to get any screwed up any more than it was already. And yeah, so that's what we got on, for this. For Saturday, we got a bunch of stuff done, and sneak peek for when the new, when the 95 gets back on the road again after Scab Bag tried to steal it, is I got new rims and tires. So they're 20 by 9, and they're, what size is the tire? There are a 295 60/20. So it's like a 33, 11 inches wide kind of idea. So they're Pro Comp wheels, Pro Comp tires. I got them from the boys over at 4 Wheel Parts here in Calgary. And yeah, anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up for today. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and remember, it's not rocket science.